So, welcome back. The very next day was the pressers, the pregame press conference. So, Utah State brought two of their players, and NMSU brought two of their players. This is what they had to say.
You know, Las Cruces is an interesting place, and New Mexico State is an interesting dynamic to coach and play for. And it's kind of an us against the world mentality. And we've been trying to instill that in our players for a while. And I really thought that this group was the first group that really embraced that, and that they wanted to go out and get respect from people. And the only way to get that is to perform well and to perform consistently. And we still got a long way to go. But this group, I think, really again, embraced that mantra, and I think that's something we can carry forward. You know, we're going to be an independent next year, so it is us against the world, and it's anybody, anytime, anywhere. And I think that's where we need to brand our program and move the program toward.
Dalton, just 2 years ago, the defense gave up a school record 45 points per game, and this year you guys obviously helped the team, get 6 wins and become bowl eligible. Where have the biggest strides been made as a defense?
Well, I think the most important thing was having Coach Spaz back for a second year. That was the first time we've had a defensive coordinator back-to-back seasons, so that was probably the most important thing. And then in doing that, that allowed us to a lot more packages, a lot more blitzes, and be a lot more unpredictable as a defense. And that's kind of been what's made us, unique and successful this year on defense is the sacks that we've had, and really on third down we've been really successful. So those are two things that stick out: is third down and sacks, and we've been turnovers too. And I think the biggest thing was having Coach Spaz back for his second year. So it'll be really good moving forward to have him come back again. I think they'll continue to progress next year and so on.
Dalton, Larry, could you guys talk about the emotions you felt with this game the last few weeks with the team, how just looking back, wrapping it up, it all feels now?
It's been overwhelming. Like Coach said, we came down here and they're letting us have fun, letting us enjoy ourselves. So with everything going on and the festivities and stuff, you don't really have time to think about it's actually wrapping up. But on the way here, Coach said, "Can y'all believe it? 4 years has gone by and y'all just practiced your last practice." And then, as I think about it, I'm like, man, it's over. But like you said, we still have a ball game to play and a ball game to win. But it's been a tremendous 4 years for me, and I've enjoyed my time here. And I thank this man so much, because without him, there would be no me. So.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Just it's kind of reflecting on how far we've come and how we're going out the right way. And now it's just kind of time to put the cherry on top and finish. Right to have ending to the story, and that's playing a really good game tomorrow. So that's really what we're focusing on.
Coach, how was Larry? Larry, it seems like he's had a little bit of a different year than seasons past. Kind of what was his role in this offense this year, and kind of leading up now to this bowl game, and what his role was been?
Yeah, that's a great point. We really had a shift in offense, because of our team makeup. We've got a really talented group of wide receivers that are really deep, and we've got one of the better quarterbacks in the country. And we really felt like we needed to be more of a passing team. And, a lot of running backs that had Larry's record-breaking seasons and things like that would be selfish and not buy into that. But Larry Rose has never questioned anything. He just shows up with his lunch pail and goes to work every day, and he's done that since he stepped foot on campus. And he still had a fantastic year this year. He's our third leading receiver, and I think that highlights for NFL scouts and anybody else that's looking at him how diverse he is and the different skills that he has as a running back. So I think that's going to pay off for him in the future. But the big thing was about how unselfish he's been and making sure that he just worries about our offense being good and not about his own individual stats.
Larry, how were you able to embrace that role?
It wasn't too tough for me. Like I said, one thing that I've done since I've got here is believe in Coach Martin. So I never question him. And it's hard to question when you're winning. So as long as you're winning, I could care less what my role is. And like I said, the biggest thing, we're winning. So it doesn't matter if I'm helping the team through pass blocking, helping the team through catching, helping the team through running. I just want to be out on the field playing with the team. So that's all that really matters to me at the end of the day.
Coach Mark, one of Utah State's strengths is a special teams, whether it's the blocking punt, being efficient kicking field goals, kickoff coverage, stuff of that nature. How big of a challenge will the special team aspects of the game be for you guys
Yeah, it'll be very challenging for us. You know, they have some of the best kickers in the country. They do a great job of covering kicks, returning kicks. They really, just as you mentioned, they're solid in all those phases. And we've struggled in some of those phases over the year too. So, you know, we've worked really hard on that throughout the bowl. But, you know, and they're an excellent football team overall. I mean, they don't have weaknesses. Their offense is very efficient and does a great job with tempo. Their defense has a lot of different blitz packages and causes a lot of problems for the quarterback. So, you know, again, this is one of the better teams we've played all year. We've played a very demanding schedule, and Utah State's as good as anybody we've played.
Coach, we talked a lot about attendance. I mean, in your tenure, you've seen it, you know, at its low points. But what would 15,000, 20,000 Aggie fans in the stadium tomorrow mean to you?
Well, it would be a great send-off for this senior class, and I know there's a lot of excitement around Las Cruces about the bowl, and even our last home game, 27,000 people, and storming the field for that one. Nobody ever thought that would happen there, so it did. And I think these people are going to show up for this game too, and I think that's you know, great motivation for our players to see that, to see, you know, what they've accomplished and the excitement that they've stirred up for the university. And this is a big boost for our university, not just the football program, but for the school itself. I mean, we hope that this will, you know, increase our enrollment. It'll bring attention to the university academically, because we've got a great university to sell that has a lot of great academic programs also. It's a great place to go to school. Las Cruces is a fantastic town. We hope we can be an avenue to help promote that.
Coach, what's that worth, coming into a neutral site with maybe 15,000, 17,000 fans?
Yeah, that's big. You know, when you have a following, and that's one of the reasons this was the bowl of all the bowls. This is where we always wanted to be, because we knew that our fans would really embrace this and get here and be close enough where a lot of them could get here on the day of the game if they needed to. But yeah, I think it's going to be real exciting. I think it's going to be exciting for our fans. I mean, they've waited a long time to come and see a bowl game. They've waited a long time for a team to be eligible for a bowl game. So they've been very patient. And, you know, the plan we put down to fix the program was not a quick fix. It was going to take years. And a lot of people have been very patient helping us get that done.
This is for both players, but what will you guys remember the most about being a New Mexico State football player?
For me personally, it has to be the last game we played against South Alabama. And the reason why I say that is just in that last drive, it just put my whole career, summed it up in one. You know, we had to work for it. You know, we didn't just win the game just outright, just blow them out, anything like that. It was, this is what it is. Either you're gonna make it happen or you're not. And that's what my whole career here has been. You know, for us, not me just personally, but us as a team. This is what's in front of us. Either you're gonna get it done or not. And so for our last drive to come down to that, you know, I think that's what I remember the most.
Yeah, off the same thing. Just the feeling after the game of, like, we got it done. Like, you know, we're bowl eligible. Because every other season, you know, when it would wrap up, you know, when you think back on it, you would think about how close we, you know, it felt like we were, but the reasons why we didn't get there. And to actually, you know, put everything aside and just know that we got it done, that's, you know, probably was a really good feeling, just knowing that how far we've come and that we finally got it done.
Doug, you mentioned independence next year. What do you think that landscape looks like for the program?
Well, there's some real advantages for us in terms of that. You know, Mario Mocha, our athletic director, has done a great job with scheduling, number one for us. You know, the Sun Belt was a great stop for us, but I don't think that was a final destination just geographically. You know, that's a lot of hard travel for our guys to go all the way to the East Coast and back, and then back to the East Coast again. So to be able to play more regional teams, teams out of the old WAC, a lot of Mountain West teams now, I think that's more fan-friendly for our people. They understand those rivalries, and from the days that we were in the WAC. The opportunity to play an FCS opponent, that's one of the things that go overlooked for us. You know, we never get to play an FCS opponent. We have to play UNM and UTEP every year. We have to play 2 power conference games and 8 conference games. And I think I'm right. There's only 2 teams that have had 5 home games and not played an FCS opponent and made it to a bowl game, and that's us and Navy. So it's really hard to do. So having the ability to play an FCS opponent now, I think that'll help us also. And, you know, the independent landscape is not new to me. We were independent when I was at East Carolina for several years before we eventually got into Conference USA, and then they moved on from there to the American. But there's some advantages that will help us. And then even in recruiting, it helps us to cast a wider net, I think, in recruiting. We might be able to branch out into California a little bit more than what we do now with some of the teams we're playing. So I think it can help us.
Well, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed that, why don't you push that like button? It lets me know that you enjoy what I'm doing. If you really liked it, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'm going to have more videos like this to come, more sports stuff. I also do a So This Happens show. Going to try to get that rolling this upcoming new year. Thank you again for stopping by and watching this, and I'll catch you in the next video.